good trip. But one the old people of River Crossing could have explained to you, I've no doubt. Susanna started a bit. How do you know so much of me? Because you are...
Sunset over Ambulance. People often ask me, "Hey Bob, what kind of music do you listen to while you're driving all those hours?" Well, a very good question indeed. But I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And I found on this trip I was burning through the audiobooks at quite a rate. So I looked back in my library to see if there was something else I could listen to, and I came across The Dark Tower by Stephen King. And I had already heard it years ago, over the course of several years traveling back and forth between Boston and Maine. And I always wanted to just listen to it from start to finish, straight through. If you don't know what it is, it's 7 volumes, over 4,200 pages. The audiobook is 123 hours long. So I listened to it from beginning to end, and it got me most of the way across the United States. And I'm glad I did it. I liked it better the second time. And what is clear to me, listening to it the second time, is how much of it he had composed in his head right from the very beginning. From the very first book, he knew kind of how it was going to end. And it took him years and years to write it. Anyway, enough about that. This is a game of cubic inches. So, if you saw the episode where I caught my first fish in many years in Vermont in the spring, I needed to gear up for that. So I went to Walmart and I bought this stupid fishing box. And the reason I bought it is because it came preloaded with a bunch of hooks and sinkers and swivels and a hemostat for hook removal and other stuff. So it came pretty packed, but it just didn't store well at all. There was wasted space inside of it, and it just, wherever I tried to keep it, it just always fell out. And it had this crappy latch that kept coming undone. So I replaced it with this. And this tucks anywhere. It stays latched, it's waterproof, and it floats. So I couldn't ask for much more than that. I bring this up because when you're living in a 19-foot van, your stuff is constantly getting revised. Where it goes, it's getting downsized, you're shrinking stuff, you're trying to pick up just a few square inches here and there, because the most precious commodity in this beast is storage. So, with that in mind, somewhere in California, I picked up this in my left rear tire. It looks to me to be a sheetrock screw. And so coming through the mountains, I got a tire alarm. And I was 20 miles from anywhere, and I just kept watching the pressure. I can watch the pressure, tire pressure on my dashboard. And it was sort of holding steady. So I was able to limp to a gas station. And somewhere, but this was an ongoing problem, and I couldn't find a place to get it fixed. I took it to one place. They didn't have a jack big enough to lift this thing up. So I went to O'Reilly Auto Parts, where I bought this, a cordless slime tire inflator. Cordless because all of the tire inflators they had run off the 12 volt, used to be the cigarette adapter, cigarette lighter. And mine is way, way up in the front, and they only come with 10-foot power cords. So there wasn't one that would reach the rear wheel. So I got this cordless one. Worked great the first time. Then it would run for 2 minutes, and I'd have to let it sit for 10 to cool off. I should mention that the rear tires take 70 psi, 70. So I limped my way across the country with this Chinese piece of crap. Oh, it didn't work if the temperature was below freezing. So I limped across the country with it and took it to O'Reilly Auto Parts in New Hampshire and returned it for a full refund. And for almost exactly the same money, I got this little guy. This is a compressor rated at 120 pounds. It's supposedly made for Class B campers. It has only a 10-foot power cord, and it connects directly to the battery. But it has a heavy-duty 20-foot hose all in here, and this thing weighs 6 pounds. Okay, it's really pretty beefy for the money, and it works like a charm. So, and you see, there's not much to it. It's pretty compact. I'm willing to donate real estate to carry this with me. So now that we've played the episode where I messed up and forgot to use footage from before, next week I will be visiting a friend near San Francisco. So comment, like, email me, visit UncleBobSoup.com, and join us next time for... Play the song.
Travelogues with Bob and Dogs.